All right, here we go with video number 3 on raising a working puppy. This one I'll be talking about luring. Although it seems pretty novice, it's also very important. It seems novice, like I mentioned, but it takes technique and timing. So a lot of times I find myself practicing with my hand. Luring is going to help shape those behaviors we're going to want to do later on with our puppies. So again, something that I would start now is having the dog follow hands for food, spinning in different directions. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm going to talk about that. But first, remember what we talked about in that first video about having that engagement with our puppy, having them want to give us that attention, follow us around. Here's a quick little video of where my puppy's at right now. I've only, again, been hand feeding him for the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna continue to do that. So here's a quick little update on where he's at right now. All right, so here we are. This is how I feed my dog, my puppy here. 3 to 4, maybe 5 times a day. I'm doing short 2-minute sessions like this, like I had mentioned in the first video. If your puppy is not giving you this level of engagement, then I would hold off until you get that before moving on to your luring. But as you can see here, lots of attention, lots of engagement with my puppy. So I'm moving on to the next step, but I'm still doing these exercises. All right, so there you saw it. If your puppy is not following you around like that, giving you that type of engagement, I would not even start the luring at this point. Continue to do hand feeding, marking with no command, no prompting your puppy, like I talked about in the first video. But if your puppy is looking like you saw here just a second ago with my puppy, then definitely start that luring. Get that puppy following your hands in different directionals. Here's a little clip of it. Check it out. All right, so you're gonna see my puppy here. He's going to be following my hands. I'm going to use my left hand and my right hand. I'm going to be doing clockwise and counterclockwise spins. That's actually important, which we will get into on a later video. But as you can see here, he is following my hand, and I'm clicking at the moment I'm releasing the food. I'm not working on a formal heel position for the puppy right now. I'm just luring him in, turning and doing J hooks. He gives me some attention, so I'm going to mark on that. I love it. I'm trying to equally use my left and my right hand. That's really important. In the right hand, I like to do clockwise directions. In my left hand, we're doing counterclockwise. That will again come into play later on a separate video. But I would begin doing this type of luring with your puppy as part of your training, as part of your little fun training sessions that you should be doing, marking on it. And this is how I'm feeding my puppy now, adding these into the equation. Again, not much to it, but it does take some timing, some technique, and get comfortable with it. It does take some time, especially with these puppies that are really fast. You have to be prepared. All right, so there you have it. Very simple luring. Take your time, be patient. Something I did not mention previously was I'm using a wet food when I am feeding my dog. It's not a treat. That's his food. It's Bill Jack. It's hard to find, but you can get it at Walmart in the ice cream section. I know it sounds kind of odd, but that is where it's at. I know it's great. It's very popular among trainers. If you're using dry food, you may need to wet that down. We don't want the puppy taking too long when they are training to sit there and chew on that food and eat it. We want it to go pretty fast so we can keep on moving. Okay, and this is something I did not mention in that first video, but I would recommend not dropping food at all. That is one of my personal goals, is to never drop food during training, because we're going to lose a lot of engagement from our dogs or our puppies when we start to drop food and they eat it during a training session. So be very mindful of that. All right, hope this was helpful, and be on the lookout for the next video on raising a working puppy.